Hi everyone, Utimi, I'm using medicine here. Um, so I'm dealing personally in my clinic space with recently a good amount of people who are heartbroken for whatever reasons. And I wanted to talk about some of the major themes that I've learned about in the whole realm of heartbreak. Yes, I do my medicine work, and I've been practicing Chinese medicine for 13 years now, as a student and then as a practitioner. And I grew up in the folk medicine ways, so I've always had this like healing thing going on, and I am an emphatic lover of the Aphrodite archetype. So I've been in love a lot, and consequently I've been brokenhearted quite a bit, and every time I learn something new. So I just have a few tidbits of I think very helpful information or things that have helped me get through, and I don't want to say get over heartbreak, get through heartbreak, transform the heartbreak into lesson. The only things that inhibit our learning from the pains that happen to us, it's like us just believing they're mistakes and not allowing ourselves to honor the fact that they also teach us very valuable lessons. So this is a huge one for me. I can't remember where I heard it, but there is an adage in Spanish. It says, "El dolor que te sientes es el amor que no das," which means the pain that you feel is the love you do not give. And that makes so much sense, because when we're in love, we're like expanded, we're open, right? We're like, pfft. And then if somebody rejects us, it's like there's this free flow. It's like a coom, right? So there's all this place and nowhere to go. It reminds me of a pressure cooker. It's like pushing against, pushing against. So because our egos are like, oh, they rejected me, I have to stop giving this love because F them, right? But the pain is because you want to love. We want to love, okay? So my question to you is, how can you show up loving that person even if it doesn't look like the way you wanted it to? Okay, can you still give yourself permission to just love, be love? You are love. And the pain that you're feeling is the love you're not giving, because you're forced to keep all of this expansive, beautiful, soft, tender energy inside, and that energy is for them or for the world, not just it's not just one person. And let me tell you, this is my other thing. There's this beautiful woman, I can't remember her last name, but she is the mother of my friend from college, Ola Yinka. I think her name's Patricia, and she wrote a book called The Divorce Ceremony: Parting Amicably, Healing Spiritually. I met her when I was going through intense heartbreak at the end of my college career, and all kinds of things she said. One of them was, "He didn't choose you, and I know it hurts, but you know what I love about humans is I know you're gonna be okay." So that was one. And the other thing blew my mind. She was like, he is not your love space. You are your love space. This is your love space. It is yours. He walked into it. Anybody can walk into it and anybody can walk out of it, but that is your love space. And that just blew my mind, because it's like the only reason I can feel this way, I can think this way, I can be so impassioned, comes from inside. Nobody makes me feel that way. Nobody can put inside me the storm that exists within. No, that's mine. And I choose how I spend it. I choose where I put it. I choose who affects it. And so oftentimes, and I think it's patriarchy, it's our Cinderella stories, it's like not learning about sex earlier, that the fact that your clitoris, it gets stimulated and does something physiological to you. Same thing with men. Your penis gets stimulated, does something physiological. This isn't like crazy mental, oh, there's something wrong with me. It's the fact that we've projected the power of our own sexuality onto other people, which isn't true. Like, if you learn, one of my teachers said that the single thing that could help people heal from sexual abuse most in life is teaching us about our physiology, because so many of us who have gone through sexual abuse think it's like our fault, or I liked it, or I wanted it. When you're like a 6-year-old girl, you don't know if you wanted it, but it's true. If your clitoris gets touched, you will feel something. Anyways, that's a little aside. Love space, being your own, that exists in your own self, in your own body, but we've been conditioned to think that somebody else is giving that to us. That's yours. Keep it, share it, enjoy it, love it, and let people walk out of it as they damn well please, because it is none of your business what they do with the rest of their lives. If you want to share your love space with them, word. But once they walk away, it's completely intact. Your love space is intact. Okay? Always, every single day. We just have to let ourselves remember it. That's why love is so omnipresent. That's why you can get flutters here, and then that ends. Then you can go get flutters somewhere else, or like then your ex comes back and you still have flutters for them. Flutters just exist, okay? Let it. Let your flutters exist. And let yourself cry when your flutters are gone. So that's the second one, is that we are our love space. Nobody else is our love space. That is yours. People walk into it, let them walk out. That doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. So another thing that really helped me during a big heartbreak, was a Rumi quote. So Rumi is a Middle Eastern poem that was alive around 1200. He's currently the most celebrated poet in the Western world. He was born in what was Afghanistan, and he's really mystical. I got really into him through this love that I had. Shout out, you know who you are. Through this love that I had, he gave me these books of Rumi, and then he like totally ghosted on me because he was like scared, and I'm super intense and passionate, and that's right before I was moving to go to San Francisco to go to acupuncture school. Anyways, I read this poem, and here it is. Pale sunlight, pale the wall. Love moves away, the light changes. I need more grace than I thought. So I read that, I'm like, I need more grace than I thought. I need more grace than I thought. Love moved away. I need more grace than I thought. And it did something really weird to me, and I don't know what mechanisms were working in my body, my consciousness. I was, I think, 24 when that happened. And I just like literally shifted my entire concentration of the world onto grace. Like, where can I find grace? I need more grace than I thought. So sure, I was going through this intense, raw, painful heartbreak because I was super attached to this idea. Oh, that's another thing. We get attached to ideas. It's not reality, it's an idea. Anyways, we need more grace than we thought. I was like, what can I enjoy? So during that heartbreak, it's like the flowers got prettier smelling. The sky got brighter blue. The birds sang more beautifully. Everywhere I looked, I was looking for grace because I knew I was in pain. And it was this beautiful dichotomous intensity of like unearthing of my own beauty, my own ability to transform my pain into beauty. It was like directly, that's what it was. I'm like, ow, I'm brokenhearted. I lost this thing that I thought was really valuable, but damn, look at those clouds. So yeah, that was really exciting. Yeah, and okay, the last thing then I'll talk about, and there's so many things to talk about. Last thing I'll talk about is just allowing it to shift. We have so many strong, hard expectations about what we want, and honestly, girls, especially girls, and boys too, Disney screwed us up. Okay, there is no Prince Charming that's gonna come save you. All right, how are you gonna save yourself? Men, it's really sad because there's this dichotomous thing. You're either all in or you're not. You're either getting married or you're a playboy. You're either a virgin or you're a whore. That does no service to anybody, okay? Like, we are all human beings who want to explore the deepest capacity of our heart truth. And we do that with each other. And it's not just with one person. It can be with a bunch of people. Sure, it can be with one person if you're both choosing each other, but what are you choosing? And more than anything, how do you let what you choose affect you, especially when it's not choosing you? Okay, how do you show up for yourself when your expectation of what you want is not presenting itself? Do you hold? Do you hold on tight to it while everything in the river like floods away from you and you're just like to this little tree, but now you have no clothes, no water, no whatever, right? No, you're gonna like allow yourself, or hopefully you allow yourself to float down the river and find something else to enjoy. It's a beautiful life, guys. Beautiful life. And there are beautiful people, and sometimes they walk in and they share beautiful love with you, and sometimes they leave, and then you get another chance to share more beautiful love. when I was in China, there's an adage I learned from this beautiful young man who I was hanging out with for a minute. And it basically said, never under heaven did someone sit down for a meal and not leave. So basically it's like everybody comes and they eat and then they go. So the idea is like, enjoy that time. Enjoy when you're sitting, nurturing yourself with people who you enjoy. And then when you get up for the next meal, you're not going to cry over leaving. You're just going to come back again. So think of life it's a series of comings and goings, of ins and outs, of joys and sorrows, of love and of space. So what are you going to fill the space with? It really is your choice. Okay, shameless plug. I'm going to be using all of this that I know, starting a podcast with We Are Denver called La Kwashidu, She Who Is Crazy for Love, coming next Sunday, the 23rd, I believe, from 6 to 7 p.m. every Sunday. I'm going to be doing that. La Kwashidu is a name that I got when I was interning in Guatemala with the people doing acupuncture stuff when I was like 23 or 24. And they started calling me La Kwashiru, which means crazy, but from love. But not just romantic love, like I'm just love, love, love everywhere. So I was La Kwashiru to them. And I've recently been getting a lot of questions about heartbreak. And I'm good at that. I'm good at heartbreak. I don't know if how many people can say that they're good at heartbreak. I happen to be pretty good at heartbreak. So hit me up, ask me questions. I'm here to serve my gente. And I'm sending you guys all love, universal love, unconditional love that has no expectations other than for you to enjoy the fruits of your own perfect, divine, beautiful soul. Peace.